Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for joining us here at CCSC. Welcome back to New Washington, D.C. on our Green Plains map. We have added a couple things off camera, but not too much. All we've added is this little district down here. This small residential area. It is high-density residential. I'm not positive what I'm going to do with this highway system quite yet, and I played around with tearing it out. I really want to wait until I can buy another tile over here to the left of us. One of these two tiles, and figure out a little bit better planning system for the highway and our infrastructure. So I just added a little bitty area down here because in order to get the next tile, we need 32,000 population. So I added this little area down here. It should be worth 1,000. At least 1,000, I would say. Let's go ahead and see what they're going to name it. It is all high-density residential and a little bit of high-density commercial. And eventually we'll do something with it proper. Middle Hills. Fair enough. Middle Hills. We'll eventually do something with it proper and maybe put... What I'm envisioning is maybe having commercial down here by the water. Not positive, but for right now, this should get us to our population. That should give us about 1,000, and we changed a lot of things over here in Cherry Square. If you remember in past episodes, we hadn't filled in these four, and we hadn't filled in the waterfront yet. I went ahead and did that. I did not... I was thinking about deleting these houses back here on this little stretch and this stretch, and giving a nice buffer between the high-density residential and the standard residential. I didn't do that because I want to see, along with you, I want to see what these look like next to each other. So all of this is residential. This is commercial, and we added quite a bit. We added some high-density commercial. We added some high-density residential all around the waterfront over here, and we added a lot of office space. I'm hoping that the office space will be far enough back from the oppression office that you can still see the oppression office as the main center. I'm hoping that this one here especially doesn't come up too tall to distract view. But we've added some jobs, we've added a lot more residents over here, and we've added some office, or some commercial, sorry. Now, I want to see, our population right now is 1,141, so I'm thinking this is probably another 1,000 people, all of this that we put back here. And I'm thinking this is probably another 1,000 people, so that should go ahead and get us to where we need to be by the end of this episode. We're going to go ahead and do a quick episode and hit play here. We've got it bumped up to 3 times speed. We've already got some people moving in over here. And how about our new area? Already got some people moving in over here as well. Now, I did run water, but I haven't run power yet because I'm hoping that maybe one of these will fill into the back and we can connect the shortest line possible. But if not, we can come up from the south here and connect to this. I'm hoping for a little fill-in. Academic year report. We lost 3 students again. Oh, and they invented anti-gravity drones? Psh, come on now. Let's go ahead and view campus. There's not much we can do, as discussed. We are waiting for students, more population. And also, a big thing so far in the game, we haven't added any, other than this little bitty... Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's turn these off for a second, because we've got something flooding over here. Let's turn these off and let it settle and see what the lake looks like in a second. That's another thing that I want to adjust in this episode. Alright, so we can give that a second. Where were we? What were we talking about? College. Oh, we have no... See, there we go. That's what I was hoping on. We have absolutely no public transit other than this little bit of transit around this area here. We have a little trolley bus that runs around here. In the next episode, that's the thing. I just want to get to 32,000 so that we can get to the next episode, buy a new tile, and then give us a little bit of space to work with. We're just going to turn that off for right now. Give us a little... Actually, let's go ahead and empty it. We'll turn it back on. We'll empty it for a little bit. I want to buy another tile so that we have enough space to work with here, so that we can implement maybe a subway system or some transportation options. Because someone living way down here, it might not really be an option for them to go to school over here. We're also off camera, between this episode and the next, we're going to build a bicycle superhighway all the way around the city, so that everyone can bicycle to where they need to get to. This has killed all of our demand for everything except for commercial. Our industry has been answered. Let's see how we're doing down here. We have a lot of abandoned buildings because there's not enough workers. So this is kind of what I was hoping. This is looking good so far. I might implement no high-rise, because you can see the actual like town square behind the big buildings. You can see the actual residents and the parks and stuff like that just behind the big buildings. This looks pretty good. And down by the water, it's all big buildings. This looks pretty good, and I might actually keep that clear. Let's go ahead and D-zone this just a little bit. Yeah, I might keep that clear for the view there from the other side. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I was a little bit worried that the buildings on the outskirts would be way too tall. And see, you can see kind of the juxtaposition of tall buildings and the little house right next to each other. Kind of not the most ideal, but it is a video game, so you kind of, you know, you can give a little bit of leeway. Alright, so everything seems to be doing fine. We are filling in nicely over here. Everyone seems to be going home. And I just did this on a quick grid. I just wanted some tall residential buildings. I just wanted people to move in. I put down a lot of parks to try and influence that. I put down park paths in between. So I went 11 tiles in between these two lane roads, so that I could fit a park path in between the middle all the way back. Give more access to people walking, so that whenever we do put a subway terminal or something down here, they can walk down to the subway terminal and then catch along. You can see all the cars, all the traffic here so far. I'm thinking maybe running this trolley tram car further down, but we can't get too much out of the tram car. We need to implement public transit desperately, absolutely desperately, and we are going to do that in the next episode. As mentioned, I want to buy the next tile. We're going to go ahead and destroy all these abandoned buildings. And let's go ahead and take a look at our lake up here. Seems like the water has settled down. Now, this is what you're kind of looking for. Let's go look at our marina. See, the boats are still pretty low, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we are going to go ahead and run this K around a little bit more. Let's try and hit it with a curve tool here. You can see it's moving up. It wants to raise because of the height of the terrain. So let's go ahead and try and curve back out and keep the seawall low. See how that looks. That's pretty good. Let's go back to the sand. Let's try and come from here. Maybe this will work. Yeah, see, that raised it up way too much. We are going to have to we're going to have to make some land adjustments over there if we want to continue the seawall. But what I was thinking is moving one of these, maybe a couple of these. As mentioned in previous episodes, I don't like how... Yeah, let's go ahead and put this over here. Maybe here. I don't like how... Yeah, you're still not even close. Huh. Interesting. Oh well. And then I want to run a road down to this. I was hoping that would make it... Come on. There we go. I was hoping that would make it a lot closer with the boats. The boats would be a lot closer to the pier. If we can take the time and watch someone come down, what happens is they literally walk off the dock and just kind of float down into their boat and float right back up whenever they exit. It's not the most ideal. I was hoping for a lot lower there. And can you put this... Yeah, you can put it on land. We could try and just put it on the land. I don't know. We'll leave it there for right now. A lot more I want to do with this. And actually, you can see that's a lot higher than over here. Let's try this. Let's try and relocate this. And relocate this over to here. See how that looks. It's a little bit better, but not much. No. Anyway, we'll go ahead and leave... How is that one off? Interesting. There we go. We'll go ahead and leave those as is, and we will work on that more in future episodes. I think we'll just leave those for now, in case we do something and want to fill up the lake a little bit more. We are waiting to reach population 32,000. Middle Hills looks very nice. Everything is filled in already. We are still growing 140 per turn. Got a couple new apartments going up in Middle Hills. And checking on our new Cherry Square area. Got plenty of office building. That is a very cool building. This here. Huh. Interesting. That's the front of it. Anyway, we've got plenty of stuff going up over here in Cherry Square. We've got a few more residential spots that can be filled in with this high density residential. Yeah, I think it would look a lot better if we took these houses out and turn them and these into high density residential. And I think we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Let's pause the game. Let's go to the select tool. We're going to take all of this out, and then we're going to make all of it high density residential. Let's go ahead and fill that back in. There we go. And let's hit play. Now all those houses are going to be removed. Why are you guys removing? You shouldn't be. Oh, yeah, they should. Oh, that's what I was trying to avoid there. Alright, well, that sucks. Oh, well. There we go. And we wanted to keep this street clear. Now, let's hit play. Alright, well, that's a shame. We lost a couple things we didn't need to, but... Oh, well. C'est la vie. Yeah. Oh, well. What are you gonna do? Alright, so that should help us. Ooh, we're losing 125 per turn now. Let's go ahead and check our population. We're up to 13. And down here in Middle Hills, we are up to 13. Nice. Let's check our traffic everywhere. This is looking nice. I did upgrade this to a roundabout, as you can tell. A nice large roundabout. Roundabouts are very effective at clearing out traffic. I do want to check this, because whenever I looked up last time, this was looking good, and it's not so much now. Yeah, why is everyone's trying to make their change there? That is kind of a problem. Let's pause this real quick. See if we can just go straight. We've got a node there that everyone's trying to change. Let's see if we can do this. See if this will help. See what this does. That might help a lot. Yeah, no one's trying to change lanes right there at that node. See, they're still stopping. Yeah, it's not going to help that much. Whenever I looked up here a minute ago, though, it was all clear, and I attribute all of that to this. And then, of course, what do? Add another 1,500 people right over here so that it gets packed up too. But hey, what are you gonna do? Growing 275 per turn. We should be able to end this episode very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here at CCSC. Please like, share, and subscribe. Traffic's doing nice. I think we're okay. For right now anyway. I think we're okay. Traffic is a constant management problem in this game. Now we're getting some traffic over here in Lilac District. I think in the off camera between this episode and the next, we are going to build a super mega bicycle highway all around the city. And we will probably upgrade as we did over here. All of these roads are bicycle lanes, and you can see that cyclist right there. Changing roads. Not on the bicycle lane now. You can see this cyclist here. The citizens are using and do use and will use bicycle lanes. I can't click on the citizen because maybe he's on the not on the bicycle lane, maybe? But they will use these bicycle lanes a lot. This helps a lot of traffic management problems in your city. We will probably upgrade a lot more of our roads all around the city to bicycle lanes. I got disoriented there. Sorry. I'm sure if you're watching it on a phone, you definitely did too. Let's go ahead and hit play. We've got a little bit of an electric problem. That should maybe answer that problem, though. Yeah. Our industry down here is still not doing the greatest, but what we're going to do, we have no demand, is we're going to D-zone a little bit more. Where's our power line? Power line's there. So we're going to D-zone just the stuff on the inside and keep this outside ones, because that connects our power all the way down. We'll D-zone quite a bit of this and get them to move down a little bit more. We'll leave that for now. And let's go ahead and D-zone that, actually. Yeah, traffic will be getting bad over here. As mentioned, we can upgrade these roads to one-way roads so that traffic flows a little bit better. But traffic in an industrial park, not anything new. If you've played the game, oh, it is ridiculous. Alright, I think everything's looking good. Very happy with the city. I feel as though we've done a very good job. There are a couple things that I'm unhappy with. We have way too many intersections up here. We have a few things that we've done wrong that I wanted to avoid. As mentioned in the previous episodes, I wanted to stick mostly with a lot of villages like this. And I think in the next series, in the next season, I'm going to maybe even implement a no high density residential, because I always, much like I did off camera here, I was like, all we need is to get 2,000 citizens and then we can get another tile of land. Let me just put down this gridded, you know, boring, simplistic Middle Hills. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with this. It's actually really good, but I want to do an episode that's more focused on this, and I might just do a no high density residential in the next episode and see how far we can go, the next season, sorry. See how far we can go with no high density residential. See if you can fill out a map with only low buildings. Maybe a couple small downtown districts or something, but absolutely nothing like this. I don't like doing stuff like this. It's just you're trying to grow and get more space, and that's the name of the game, is you need more space. And to get more space, you have to fill up the old space that you have. Then whenever you have this new space, you have to fill up the old space you have. Next thing you know, you go back and you've got 9x9 tiles that look like this. All of it, you know. Sorry, 3x3, 9 total tiles that look just gridded all the way across the city. I've gotten to points where you're trying to continue to grow and you just do like this. Literally like this. And just make sure you have enough highway intersections into it and just hope for the best. This might be why we have a problem down here. We don't have water. It's going to be hard to keep businesses in places that we don't have water. Of course. I'm going 440. Alright. And I'm going past it, but that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and hit play now. Now these businesses should be able to thrive and survive down here now that they have water. Imagine that, right? Alright, so we are at 31,700. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you watching the channel. The next season, I also want to focus on doing... I think what I'm going to do is pretty much all build off camera, because if you're just starting out, there are plenty of videos. I've done plenty of videos just to teach you everything just starting out. I think what I'm planning on doing in the next video is off camera build everything. See, this intersection's fine now. I don't know that it's because of that node fixing. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and delete this. Is anyone using it? I think I'm going to do something where I build... Yeah, a lot of people are using it. I'm going to leave that. Where I build most everything off camera and then just come in with 5-7 minute episodes and let everyone know what I did off camera, how I did it, and, you know, and then hit play for a little bit, let it grow. I think that would be a lot more entertaining. So we're going to focus on that. And I'm hoping to be able to keep this entrance here. And by doing so, I want to be able to take more time, because a lot of times whenever you're building on camera, you try and get things down quickly. But I like this Victoria Square. I think this looks good. That is a heck of a hillside in their backyard, but other than that, this looks good. This looks like a natural little neighborhood. I like this little neighborhood. If I could live anywhere on this entire map, it would be Victoria Square. Or maybe Cherry Square. Anyway, I like these little bitty areas. And I think that you could maybe get enough of these little bitty areas. We've got 4,000 people living in in Victoria Square here. Let's check Victoria Square. Now, granted, it does have high density, but only 15. But 4,000 people in this area. That's a cool little area. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We have done it. Capital City. 32,000 residents have moved to New Washington, D.C. Why? Because we are awesome. Thank you very much for joining the channel. We have finally made it. Another 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer square. We can now have access to ships, university campus area, universal education. That's a policy. We've got university paths and arenas. The American Football Stadium. We will definitely implement a university. I don't know that we're going to get to a liberal arts in this campus, or in this series. And we've got harbors. We have access to boats. So I'm going to go ahead and exit. I'm going to hit pause. Down here later, as soon as we can, we are going to put some harbors in here. Get some people visiting our beautiful city. In the next episode off camera, we're going to build a giant bicycle highway. Whenever we join you next, I'm hoping to have this highway figured out. And I will tell you, we will have one of these 2 tiles. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here at CCSC. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.